Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to work with story problems that ask you to compare. When we compare numbers or objects, we're looking to see what's the same and what's different. We want to focus on that difference because that's going to tell us how many more. So here I have some triangles and I also have some squares. I want to know how many more triangles there are than squares. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles and 1, 2, 3 squares. So I'm going to look to see what is the same. When I look at this, I see one triangle and one square. Here I see one triangle, one square. So now I have two triangles and two squares. That part is the same. 3 triangles, 3 squares. Here's another triangle. Oh no, I don't have another square. So this part right here, my friends, is all the same. There's 3 triangles and 3 squares. There are the same amount of triangles as there are squares. But here, I don't have the same amount of triangles as I do squares. So this right here is what's different. I have 3 triangles and 3 squares, but here I don't have the same amount of triangles and squares. So this right here is my difference. Let's count how many more triangles I have than squares. 1, 2. So now I know that there are 2 more triangles than squares. So if I wanted to write an equation that matched this story problem, I'm going to start with my 5 triangles because 5 was the greater number. And I'm going to say 5 minus, because when I'm looking for the difference, I know I need to subtract. 5 minus my 3 squares. So I have 5 triangles, there's my 5, minus my 3 squares, there's my 3, equals 1, 2 triangles. 5 minus 3 equals 2. There are 2 more triangles than there are squares. Let's try another one. This one's going to be about penguins. So take a look at the picture. There are 9 penguins on the ice, and there are 6 penguins in the water. How many more penguins are there on the ice than in the water? So when you see that how many more in a story problem, that usually means they want you to compare the two numbers. So I'm going to do exactly what I did with my triangles and squares, but this time I'm just going to compare how many penguins are on the ice and how many penguins are in the water. So I already drew over here for you 9 circles to represent the 9 penguins that are on the ice. And then I drew 6 circles to represent the 6 penguins that are in the water. Just like we did before, I want to see what is the same and what's different. So let's compare these penguins. I have 1 penguin on the ice and 1 penguin in the water. And this one is also the same. So now I have 2 penguins on the ice, 2 in the water. This is the same. Same. That's the same. Oh, there we go. And this would be the same. But these circles over here aren't going to have a match. So let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles that all had a match. But these 3 do not. So I know that this right here, this is the same. This right here is my difference. So let's count the difference. 1, 2, 3. So I can say there are 3 more penguins on the ice than in the water. But now I also want to come up with an equation that's going to match my story problem. So just like before, I'm going to start with my greater number. And I know there's more penguins on the ice than there is in the water. And there's 9 penguins on the ice. So since there's 9 penguins on the ice, I'm going to start with 9. I'm going to say 9. And let's make this yellow so you can see how it matches the story problem. And there we go. Because I'm looking for the difference, I'm going to subtract. So now I'm going to use my minus sign. And I'm going to take away the 6 penguins that were in the water. We'll make those blue. There were 6 penguins in the water. So now I'm going to take away 6. 9 minus 6 equals, let's see, what was my difference again? 1, 2, 3. 9 minus 6 equals 3. So this this equation right here matches my story problem. And what I did was compare the two numbers. I compared 9 and 6 to see what was the same. This right here we know is all the same. And what was different. And I found my difference of 3. 9 minus 6 equals 3. You're going to try 2 more on your own, and then you'll be done. Nice job.